worked through how to use OpenSCAD, and they were up and making parts very, very quickly. From never ever having any kind of CAD experience with this kind of stuff, or any kind of experience with OpenSCAD, and they were printing things, and the young gentleman who came by was printed off a couple of things. He wanted to make a nice little USB box and an audio attachment cable, which he forgot to take with him. But that was one of the very first things he made in OpenSCAD, and it works. He also made a TARDIS, because this is the correct blue for the TARDIS. And yeah, it was a very, very, very good and productive week this week. On top of that, well, I can show you guys this. Let me just go ahead and open up the go off the main printer cam. So, oh, there you go. We've got a few more systems, even those guys down there, that we're putting together. So, that's what's next. We've also got, you know, a bunch of printers that are a bunch of printer engines which are here, which have not been claimed because people have not Skyped in with us. There are a bunch of people who have. We'll be shipping those guys out very, very soon. So, there was a lot of good stuff that happened this week. Now, if you're wondering why we're not printing on all of these printers as of right now, it's because of where we are. The guy you're seeing printing right now is one of the last extruders that we currently have in-house. So tomorrow, Dave, Will, and I, we're going to hit it hard. And Carl left us with a bunch of instructions to get this stuff done. We worked on a couple other things this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and we're going to continue to work. So that means that everyone will be able to get their printers. And we like that. We like that a lot. So, oh yeah, that's starting to look really, really good. So, okay. Another bit of good news. I've already purchased the plane ticket, and I'm going to be flying out to San Diego, California. I'm going to be there for the Mini Maker Faire in San Diego, which is going to be happening on Saturday, December the 7th. Now, before you guys think that I'm going out running off to a trade show just for a trade show, not so. One of our very first backers, who, I'm not sure if he's watching tonight or not, was kind enough to buy not one, but two of our printers. Excuse me, pledge, in this case, two of our printers. I'm going out there to deliver them to him. If all goes well, which I think it will, at the very least I'll be delivering one. Let me say that. At the very least I'll be delivering one. And that depends upon what's going to be happening on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. So, that's the way it looks as of right now, which is even better. So, Mini Maker Faire, San Diego, confirmed for myself, and the gentleman who was there, who is going to be taking those particular two printers off my hands before I leave. It also has a booth there. So his booth, well, if you're in the area, you're more than welcome to come by. Is I believe his company, yes, his company's name is Thingify. So and they're a 3D printing service. So thank you very much to you guys, to Thingify, for for having a booth there for us to show off the printers, and for allowing us to deliver them to you. So it's looking good, very, very good. So I'm not sure if you can hear that, guys, but if you hear that little stitching pattern going all the way around, there it goes again. And yes, imagine getting a printer that when you slice it, you get those little shakes in there. Well, that's a slicer. It has nothing to do with the actual printer by itself. Well, we're able to handle that. It's able to handle that. It's looking pretty good. On top of that, it's sounding pretty darn good too. We're getting into the final stretch, guys. Roughly at 50,000 lines of 66,000. And it may sound like, oh, we got a long ways to go. Nope. G1 codes take up a lot of space in your actual on your G code file. The G1 codes do when you try to do a circle. Yes, we do and we can do G2 and G3 moves. Carl needs basically a free weekend, bad chance of that happening, but he needs a free weekend to put them in, and it's just a software fix. It's a software. It's a simple software thing to add in, according to him, according to Carl, and once it's in there, well, how else can I say this? It has nothing to do with the, at least from what I know, it has nothing to do with the firmware. It's just software based. But our firmware and our electronics and our machines can handle the G2 and G3 code, something that we haven't seen done on any other 3D printers that we know of. So, yeah. And, oh, what's that part for? Oh, the one that we're currently printing as of right now, Alan. And no, Powers, you say it's not a tramming block. This was a little tramming block. And to prove it to you, got our nice little dial gauge here. Yes, everyone gets one of these. Everyone who pledged a printer gets one of these. Let me get the right Allen wrench. So, tramming block, bolt. Zero up, so you guys can see that. Well, gotta put the bolt in. Yes, that was on camera. Make sure it's the right bolt. And the right length. Nope, this one is not the right length. One moment, guys. because that bolt was used for this version. And like so. And there you have it. Hey, look at this. And bam, voila. Works perfectly. And instead of having to have a metal block, which we were using for all the emotes, and having a dual purpose for each one of these guys, each one of the emotes that you guys are getting will have this hole that's drilled into the side, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you want to, you can definitely do that too. So, oh, the lasers. Yeah. Still working on the lasers. Right now, we have found that certain particular diodes of lasers work better than others. And we've also found that one of the biggest issues happens to be with, well, power. And so we've been working on power. Guys, one moment. Let's see if I can pull this guy off. Yes, this is quite hot. The bed is quite hot. It's hurting my hands crazy. There it goes. Okay. Take off the raft. Get up a little bit. Oh wow. Huh. A raft peel right off. That's fantastic. Okay. So, oh, hold on a second, guys. Let me go to a full screen. There we go. So, part we just printed off. Bam. There you go. Now, maybe asking yourselves, what in the world is this for? Well, the thought occurred to us that, hopefully you guys can see this. Look at the fan right here. Stay. And why not take your little block right here and put your little booty. That came out wrong, sorry. In like so. Attach it to the front. Oh, that hurt. Of your extruder block right there. And now you basically have a quiet storm without having to pay for one. And yeah. So that is the mystery print for the night, guys. It printed just like this. And yeah, we're utilizing the fan, the cooling fan that's right there, So instead of air blowing into the into the exhaust pipe in this case, it's going to be drawing air away from the exhaust pipe. And we found that it cools it off basically just about the same, and without too much trouble. You've got yourself, yeah, a usable piece. And Powers USA, yeah, the heated air from the extruder, yeah, it's a little bit of heated air. It's not as hot as you think. It really truly isn't. In fact, right now, I can put my fingers right there. It's nice and hot, and I'm okay. So we don't have this the name for it. Of course, I did touch the fusion chamber. That little silver part that is right there, that hurt. That really, really hurt. So, Powers, you say no on-off control? Yes. Same for the funny thing is that the same program that you see right here is running. Yeah. Here, let me pull you out a little bit. So it's programmable. I'm just going to turn it off. There you go. It's the same controls as the Quiet Storm, and it's programmable as well. So there you go. It does not have a name. Let's see. I'm going to test it out. Let's see. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, Jay. That's right. Okay. Quite. Yeah. Just add baby or mini in the front of the name. Okay. We'll do that. So, anywho, guys, it actually turned out quite well. I'm quite pleased with that. Quite pleased with that. So, baby booties, yeah. These little guys right here. We may have to, I don't know. It looks like it fits just fine. So, let me see. In fact, let me take this guy out. Let you guys see for yourself. I know this guy is still like scaldingly hot, so so when I put this guy in, and I'll have to do a couple of drills into this guy. Yeah, there you go. The 225 or no, I'm sorry, 190 degrees C. Yeah, it's not a lot of fun. So, but like I said, this part right here is peak. It's not burning, so it's not too hot, obviously, but peak, well, it starts to discolor probably around 400 degrees C, but everything from here down, well, actually from the little white part that you see right there down, is ridiculously hot right now. And everything from up here, you know, when I'm touching it, you know, I'm okay. Not burning myself at all. So the fan was just there for added cooling if we thought that we were going to need it. And as it turns out, we just flip this guy around, put this guy on, the Quiet Storm Mini, the mini attachment, and now we got to try it out. So that's one of the things that's on the list this week to try out and do. So, whew. And yes, Eagle and J, it is the same boot file. Yes, this does lower the overall power usage. I think. I could be wrong. Actually, it does, because even these guys require a little bit of light. So it is cheaper for all involved, yeah, and allows for four fans. You know, basically one of these guys per every extruder head that you're going to have. Yeah. Very, very good point, Eagle and J. And yes, it does leave those wing mounts open. And if you wanted to use those wing mounts, I'm still working on that design. Haven't quite nailed it just yet, but if you wanted to use that for the little two wing versions he's talking about, guys, or is this guy right here on the one side and there on the other side, to show it to you on the engine. The engines have it too, auxiliary, and then another auxiliary right here. So, and yes, there is power going to those guys, and yes, those are programmable as well. So, which you could just hang one of these guys off on the side. And here again, like I said, I'm still working on the new version of that to go there as well. So if you guys, so Jim, if that helps you out a little bit, and you're more comfortable using it that way, hey, I'll give you the file and you can enjoy. So it's the same for everybody. Alrighty. So does anybody have any other questions about what we were doing, what we're up to, what's going on, anything at all? And please don't pull any punches. Oh yeah. Oh, I did change one more thing to this guy. Oh, but Carl already sealed it up. I'm not sure if you can see this on the inside. There's a captured nut in there. I was able to actually get this guy to embed in there. Oh, that was the other thing. Here we are. You would be surprised. We were able to melt this guy, this particular nut, into the plastic actually quite easily, and we were able to get him to seal in quite nicely. So, nice, quick, simple, and easy. 5 seconds in a butane torch, and then using some needle nose pliers as well, and then using the table to press it in. Works great. So that was another thing we haven't shared yet with anybody. So good stuff. Let's see. Okay, if Leslie's printer arrives in good shape, then what's the immediate time frame after that? Immediate. Meaning that, if barring if there's any particular issues, I mean, obviously. Good question, Eagle and J. Alan, what's next up? What is up next? Is the ship test Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, is that a system? Yes, it is a system. It is a System 30, and that will be when Les gets back in touch with us. I'm sorry, not when he gets back in touch with us. When Les gets in touch with us on Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, depending upon if UPS is going to deliver on those days, then we'll know. So, and yes, this is a best guess. So that's where we are. Yeah. So, yeah. So, any more questions, guys? How many systems can you put together in a week now? That is a good question. That's the reason for the time study. And that goes back to an IE principle. I want to say, because Dave and I are taking our time doing the time study and doing it right. Right now, well, you know what? I'll wheel this guy in. Hold on 1 second. Well, most of the parts are the same on a system and an engine, so, you know. Okay, so running down it very, very quickly, and let me go and get this guy a little more out of the way. There we go. Okay. So, base system chassis, which is just this part down here, not including the actual guy right here, takes us roughly about 2 hours to put together. And there's a reason why I say 2 hours to put together. Each one of these particular buttons has got to be soldered into place. There's a bunch of cabling that's got to be done to it as well. Next part is the actual assembly of the aluminum chassis that you see right here. Making sure it goes in. Making sure that we have the LED lights inside of there. It takes roughly about 21 minutes. When it comes to your ball screw bracket, the ball screw bracket, which is just this part down here that holds the main the Z-axis, or the screw, the ball screw. Took us roughly, I want to say, 20 to 30 minutes. So just say 30 minutes. It's fine. Took us another 15 minutes. We haven't done the time study on the X-axis arm, but we have done on actually installing it on here, which took us roughly about 45 minutes to put it all together, making sure that it's square, making sure that it's going to sit correctly and is properly seated, and it's square with your linear ball screw right here, and it's square everywhere else. Also making sure that and then we did the Y-axis arm that you see right here. Took us another, I want to say 30 minutes to put it in, making it square, and installing the last couple of pieces here. So not actually putting together one of these guys. So we don't have a time study done yet on this guy. Time study done on this guy. These were just sub-assemblies that we already had done. The next thing to do, rear cover that goes down here. The two tool tree axis guys. All of the polycarbonate's going to be going in. Place to hold the air filter is one thing we're looking at. The side mounted filament system, the LCD screen. There's quite a few things that go into this guy. Obviously, the time to put in the cover. So I would say we could probably knock out, and that's not including all the time to go inside the inventory and basically open up a job, do the job, and clean up afterwards. So how much time or how many systems can we put together in a week? I would say one person, it's an all-day affair to put one of these guys together. Just one system. It's an all-day affair, just as is. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Doing massive production runs on just the Y arm, just the X arm, just the heated build platform, just the base chassis. We can knock these things out a lot faster than that. I know we can. So I would say that is, of course, if everything is machined correctly, and we don't continue to have these little bombs that go off on us, where, oh well, I thought that hole was tapped. Oh, I thought that hole was drilled. Oi. Things like that we catch and we fix. So we fix it before he goes to you. We don't let these things go out the door without it. So I'd say we could probably do, and I'm going to be conservative, 5 a week. 5 a week maximum right now, as we are getting ourselves in the swing of things.